My life is good. I write was hood. I might get to it. Not out the woods, so bro, I got to do it. Be a monster. That's why my mantra.
All right, so the next segment was Bianca Belair and Bayley. Oh boy. It was so awkward. Here's the thing. Bianca Belair is trying to be inspirational. So she goes out there to talk about being laughed at. And she's been getting laughed at her whole life, and Bayley is pressed. And when she throws in the slang, it just throws me off. Girl, why are you so pressed? Anyway. And she talked about Bayley's laugh is getting to her. So she admitted to being sort of, insensitive, sort of sensitive to the being laughed at. Because she used to get made fun of for being muscular, for being different. People saying that she was overconfident. But she left all her haters in the dust. And that she's been dealing with teasers and bullies, but being laughed at in her face is utter disrespect, which she will not tolerate. So she says, Bayley, I want to fight you at Hell in a Cell. What's up? What it do? What it is? And I thought for her part, it was too long, but they were trying to get over the ham-fisted inspirational shit. They were trying to get that out of there. Look, sometimes the promo doesn't need to be live, right? You could have shortened this by doing it in a video package and just had Bianca Belair say, people laughed at me all the time. They laughed at the way I looked. They laughed at, this and that and the third. And I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm a grown ass woman. You're not laughing at me. You're not mocking me anymore. So if you think it's funny, what was Sonya Deville's thing? Put your hair up and square up. That's pretty much what she said here. And then Bayley, being the villain, in another ham-fisted way, was basically like, hey, I've been laughing at people my whole life. I laugh at people. I've been laughing at people like you my whole life. And she was in her Oasis, which features pictures of herself on the wall, which makes perfect sense of, Bayley, of her character. It's pictures of herself all over the wall with the Smackdown women's title. And it's Bayley 2 belts, which she used to be. And it's a perfect symbolism of how Bayley is devolving, right? That the Bayley character has went from being her supreme self to now being a more devolved, almost crazed self. Like even Bayley, how she looks, like her hair is wilder, the cackle, the witch laugh that she's kind of developed. It was good symbolism. It was good archetypal stuff. Like I talked about it last week with Seth Rollins, right? Or was it 2 weeks ago? Where I talked about Seth Rollins is a narcissist in which he cannot handle being criticized and or humiliated and or embarrassed. Bayley is the exact same way, which is, problematic. You have the same character on the show, but it's the same character, female position. Bayley is obsessed with herself and obsessed with her own success. She, sees herself as she used to be and thinks that that's how she is now. But really, she's just cracking up. She's really losing it. And the laugh is just part of how it went from when she was Bayley 2 belts. She was laughing at everybody. And because she was really superior and she was really on top. But now she's just laughing because she's a nut, and the character is starting to slip. Much like the Seth Rollins character. And it's crazy because they're the same archetype, what we call the magician, right? The role model and the Messiah are essentially the same character, just different versions of the same character. Like I said before, Seth Rollins used to be a savior. He was a Messiah. Now he's basically a politician. Bayley is like the big sister, right? She went from, and the entire point of it is that they are a person of influence, but they misuse their influence. Bayley could have been a role model if she wasn't so selfish, if she wasn't such a manipulator, if she wasn't such a liar, if she wasn't such a backstabber, she would be an individual that people could look up to. But because she is a backstabber, a liar, and conceited and all this stuff, she will never be a role model. But she still sees herself as she was. She still sees herself as Bayley Two Belts, and the room that she was in, a shrine to herself. This idolatry that she has put up on this wall here has gone, and it shows the devolution of the Bayley character. So I think that's fucking cool. And then they did the whole wall of Baileys with the laughing wall of Baileys. Then they did that shit. And I was like, brother, I was straight up Jimmy Snooker on that one, dog. Brother, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm lost. Okay, I'm lost, brother. When did she get magic powers? Of course, you could just say it was production with Bayley, right? It didn't have to be magic. It could just be, the production people put her picture everywhere. It was creepy. It was very creepy. It was very weird. And Bianca Belair did a good job of selling it, of being unnerved by it. Because she put the title up that, baby faces always do, show the belt and show what you're fighting for. And then, all these pictures of Bayley start to show up on the wall, and, she's laughing and cackling. And when they go back to her actually on the screen, she's coming unglued. It's haunting in a way. And I think that's the point. The point is she's haunting Bianca Belair. She won't leave her alone. Won't let her go. And it's unnerving. It's almost like she's stalking Bianca Belair. This was mostly cringe, but I did like the segment overall. I think overall the segment was fine. I think they tried too hard here, and we need to do something. We need to get the fuck out this Thunderdome, that's for sure. Because the Thunderdome is doing nothing but incentivizing silliness. It's incentivizing people to do comedic shit and for them to do magic, production tricks. Get these people in front of a crowd, please. Get them in front of a crowd, please. But I think I liked the symbolism of Bayley's character. Some of the dialogue was ham-fisted, though. I will say that. So I got to take off points for the ham-fisted messages in the promo.